Yeah, fellas, I'm back. I just did a show titled "Hey, It's Saturday." I showed some of Grease's photos when he was 458 pounds, and as I said, at that weight, he was getting laid. He also had gotten a wife too, so he's able to at 458 pounds and get married, and also go out and find other women. Okay, because the marriage had fallen apart. This one's titled Built and They Will Come, based on a post that I put on my site in the internet dating section. I'm going to try to do a screen capture, see if that works again. Nope, it is not working. Hold on, let me see if I can do something about that. Nothing to do. Sorry, I can't do a screen capture. Otherwise, I'd show you the word for word that I'm going to actually share with you from my own past. Fuck. That's fucked up. I guess there's some issues going on with Google right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and share this post here. I posted a couple of photos of I have another profile that I had out there. And I like to keep that profile going because I like to show you guys how stupid you are when you think that those online that'll actually message you first. So every time I get a real pretty one, I show fellas. Not every time, but I let it build up. When I get irritated with some of the fellas' comments on internet dating, I'll post up. So I posted 2 photos of a female. I thought she was black and Filipino, but I guess she's just black. A real cute girl. Then I posted a tall, attractive Caucasian female. It looked like she's really tall, in shape. One of the brothers, Smooth, said, "Damn, Primo, first one's sexy as fuck. I'll knock the shit out of her." Number 2 wrote me back. Just send you, well, I cut and paste stuff so I know people know that it's true. Another one, she's actually, I thought she was black also, but she's Hispanic with black features though. Hello, I feel you. I love the song you quote as well. You are unmistakably an alpha male. Your words aroused my feminine appreciation. Now, brothers would, if you see this one, all you guys, brothers out there, would jump on this one. Lordy Mackie says, "Laugh my ass off. She called you an alpha. If I ever had a girl call me that, I would nut my pants." And I said, "There's nothing funny about it." And now I'm going to quote. I saved all of my stuff at the very end of my game. 2002, 2003, beginning of 2004. This one, she said to me, "I don't know, you scare me." Next words, a lot. She said, "Men don't scare me much. Actually, no one does." She goes, "Mona and I were talking." And I said, "There's always the first." She said, "She knows me better than anyone." The girl goes, "Well, you're not the first ever, but you're the first to scare me in this way." She says, "I have this voice in my gut, really good instincts. A lot of times it tells me one thing, and I still do the other. But I've gotten better at listening to it." That's her. She's talking about her female intuition in the last year, 2 years maybe. With you, it says, "I don't know. Nothing bad, but you still scare me a lot." And I'm cutting snippets of which we said over IM conversation. She goes, "I feel you all over." I boned her. "Do you?" And it's scary to me. She goes, "Yep, I feel if I let you, you could devour me and everything about me. And that scares the hell out of me." She goes, "It's very odd. Like that night with Shorty." And I was at the club. I talked about it. There was this girl I nicknamed Shorty, little Mexican, half white chick. The time I had white girl on this arm and her on this leg, and the other girl on this leg. The white girl, she had never been with a brother or a white guy before, and I talked to him fucking my boy Craig. And then next week, she was, Craig wasn't there. She's sitting on my lap here, and I had Shorty there, and I had him, like this. I put my hand around Shorty's neck and pulled her in for a kiss. I didn't even know what her name was. I just thought she was cute. That night, I took her on the dance floor and was all, she's all up in my arms while we're dancing. And this person came in and saw it. That's what I was referring to that night with Shorty. I said, okay. She goes, when you looked at me like that, I said with Shorty, and she goes, yep. When I looked at you, she goes, do you remember what I'm talking about? I said, of course. We were talking about this last night. Okay. Well, I cut off the rest of that. I gave her the look. When I had Shorty in my arms on the dance floor, I gave her the look. And she went home that night. I went home. After I boned Shorty, I got online and emailed to see if she's okay. Yeah, she was okay. I talked to her a little bit. I put it back. I tightened her mind. I put it back on the team because she wanted to run like a motherfucker. Now, after the first time we had sex, she wrote, wow, the smell from between my legs. It's amazing. I don't want to take a shower. Now, if you guys learn how to bone a girl properly, they're going to be saying this kind of stuff to you. Okay. That's why I put out my product, How to Make It Want to Come. I made her come a lot. She also said to me, your energy is so 1, 2, 3. I can't see all the letters. 4, 5, 6, 7. About 15 O's strong and a bit overwhelming. She goes on to say, and a bit scary. People that intrigue or interest me are like sponges. You are like some kind of sucking machine. And another conversation went, nah, you're totally alpha. Just watching you. I saw that right away. Be careful how you move inside of a nightclub. Okay? You got to move a certain way. There's no joke in that. You can't go in there being awkward and geeky, thinking to yourself, overthinking shit, analyzing too much. It's a certain fluidity you got to get into the flow, and you got to move as the flow moves. Move with flow. So she saw, she said, you're totally alpha just by watching. Women watch you. That is if you have presence. If you don't have presence, they don't even notice you. And unfortunately, in this market, many of you don't have presence. That's why you're trying to learn from me how to get that presence. And I'm trying to tell you how to get it. You got to stop thinking in your head so much, fellas, when you go to a club. I did that myself. I was a geek. I was a goober in a nightclub. And I hope I'll never go back to that, but I know where you're coming from. I feel sorry for you. You guys overthink shit in your head. And I remember in the club days when I was a beginner, always thinking, thinking people were watching me. How many of you guys think that one? Everybody's watching you. If you get a dance, everybody's watching you dance. I hope I never go back to those days. And she goes, anyway, now you're totally alpha. Just watching you, I saw that right away. There was a saying, and I said, do tell. In the lifestyle, she was in that lifestyle, that BDSM lifestyle. They talk about living on the edge. Not the way you mean it, she says to me, but life on the edge. The saying is, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room. Very interesting words. Taking up too much room. Now, I wrote in this post, the Asians have something called chi. In Japanese, it's ki. I don't know if the Koreans have anything. I've never heard anything coming out of them unless they took on the Chinese word for it. It's referring to the energy. And I said the energy that I project for myself and into females is of that type. I studied Aikido, fellas. Back in after I broke my back, I studied Aikido because I couldn't do physical stuff. And this is before Steven Seagal came out, by the way. This is when the art was pure. It was all about channeling your ki and moving your opponent through that. Okay. So I studied Aikido, which is derived from the use of ki in martial arts. And when I studied, I took to it like a fish, as I said, in water, because I used to channel energy as a child and further study during my creepy days of high school. High school, there was a guy named Kreskins. I wonder if you can still find his name. Let's go to Google. Kreskin. Kreskin predictions. The amazing Kreskin. Okay. God, he's got to be fucking old. That's him. That's the dude. Old as fuck, too. I was in fucking high school, fellas. The site is called amazingkreskin.com. And he used to have a Friday night show. And I used to watch that show, and he did, exercises for like developing your ability to sense objects with your eyes closed. Take some objects, mix them up, put your hands over them, see if you can feel out which one. I sucked at that. I practiced sending energy to my dog and stuff like that. That's where I got into sending energy. Okay. So now I'm talking metaphysics, which European folks, you guys don't believe in, but that's okay. If you do, good for you. Also, black folks don't believe it because we've been booted in the brain. That's where we come from. But if you're raised over here in the United States, you've been programmed. But I said, this is the energy I would channel into women, or similarly, only tainted with my sexual energy so that they could feel me and open up to me. And that's my real secret behind when I talk about when I lay next to a woman after sex, I put my hands on her, I channel energy into her. That made her really addicted. Now, I had a girlfriend at the time, the MAC makeup chick that was, 17 years younger than I was. I practiced Reiki healing. Look it up. Okay, that's where you channel healing energy. And I was at the Berkeley Psychic Institute learning their healing method one time. And I put my hands near a woman's head. She just had a death in the family. And she took to it like a fish or like flies on shit. She kept talking about the power coming out of my hands. It would make that ex-girlfriend of mine dizzy. Okay. When I did Reiki healing, my clients would pass out. So I have a long history of learning to channel energy. And that's the part that I don't talk about in this game. All you need is the hard skills. Look good, have good conversation, know how to fuck good. Also, if you want to be like a master, mind fuck them. Okay? But the energy side of it, the metaphysical side, the energy side of it, if you have talent for that, you might want to start practicing. When I got certified as a second level master Reiki dude, I used to walk around like I was a guru type. I was stupid. I was sitting at Weatherstone and channel energy into the whole courtyard out there, and you get weird with the shit. I got weird with the shit. Jovina, what's wrong?
Nothing.
I can look back and laugh at myself. A lot of you guys are like that. When I drop the knowledge of energy and stuff, some of you guys are turning like that. Weird, want to be guru types. And you feel like guru types because it makes you feel good. You feel special. Don't. Okay? That's a wrong street to go down. So I use that in the game. As I said, that's an inner confession that I've never revealed on the forum, to my knowledge. So when I'm in a nightclub, I also project my energy outwards. And I learned to walk a certain way. No. I put my consciousness inside my body, so I was aware of everything, all of my skin. Like I showed you a couple years ago, where I could move. This is my left foot, move my toe like that. when you train your body to go into your mind to go into your body, you learn to take control of it. I started practicing this way back in 9th grade. It was called relaxation response. Again, look that up so you know where I'm coming from. That way you're on the same page and you won't say something stupid. Okay, don't say something stupid if you don't know about something. Go find out, then come back. We can have a conversation. That's how I was able to keep my dick hard for 4 hours at a time, because I put my mind inside my dick and I control it. That allowed it to get bigger also, because I could flush more blood into it. It also, as I said, kind of fucked me up. A woman can't give me head unless I allow it. I have to learn to relax. Most guys, you know, girls start sucking their dick, lose control. I never could lose control. I never could get fucked by a woman. To where actually it was one. And that's because their shit was like that big. That big. That one I had to use all my mind power to not bust. But outside of that, she was the only one. So I learned to control my body. And when I walked, and I used to practice as a kid, my dad said we walk like farmers. And then I learned that Native Americans walk with their feet pointing straight ahead. So I started practicing that. And I started practicing walking on the balls of my feet. So like, that's how creepy and stupid I was. You know, what not ninth grader, but I was in 6th grade. What 6th grader is thinking stupid shit like that? That's how fucked up in the head I was, okay? And I'm trying to show you guys that you don't want to be that fucked up in your head. So there I was, you know, practicing all that kind of stuff. And I carried it forward into the nightclub. So I learned to walk. Because I read somewhere that women dancers, and I studied dance, women like the way they walk because they walk with such controlled power. And that's why I would practice walking with controlled power. Then I had to add the coolness to it. I did it robotically. Things about me was very robotic. So I'd add the coolness after that. After I started walking, learning to walk in like my big shoes. Never got there to where I was light on my feet, but it helped. And then the confidence on top of it, you add the confidence in. The supreme confidence, know that when I look at a female, and I learned all I could about, you know, that I didn't learn everything, but I learned all I could at that point about how to fuck her and make her get nuts. Like I read the book, The 3-Hour Orgasm. You know, I'm a bookworm. I read things that I practiced. When I had my ex-wife, I practiced on her how to manipulate. I shouldn't even put this out there, but you know, all the stuff that's in my book, I practiced on her. So I got good with it. I practiced on all the girls afterwards. In fact, every girl I've been with is almost like practice. So I'm trying to learn about each individual woman, what it takes to make her come. And I learned to adapt to each female. Some girls are more physical. All they need is the physical stroke of the dick. You know, no fingering stuff, word stuff, no. So I learned, you know, not everything that I learned about having sex with women, you know, worked for every female. If it did, if my usual stuff, you know, fingering the clit, aimed up at the G spot, sometimes I grab their buttocks and I would stick my finger up their ass at the same time and simulate 2 dicks moving at the same time, whatever. Not all that shit worked for a female. Someone didn't like penetration of the butt, so I learned quickly, take it out. It was only when they got really, you know, orgasmic that I would do that anyway. After they had the first one and they work on the second one, you know, they want to get, because their minds, women, when they're, most women, not all women, some women, they don't fantasize during sex. They have no fantasies, Jovina. They're like brand new baby Catholics. That's the thing bad about Catholic religion and Portuguese, it fucks them up. All the Portuguese girls I've been with have been like that. Yuck. Anyway, if a girl has learned to masturbate, and some girls don't masturbate, some Catholic, I don't know, evil burning hell shit. If they learn to masturbate, then you can learn to manipulate their clits. That's why it's important that you know you're female. That's why I like freaks. Freaks will masturbate. They'll use vibrators. They'll use all kind of gadgets and shit. So that makes it easier. Now I had this one girl. She was half Portuguese, half Irish. She could come like that. One time I grabbed her underwear and I pulled them up. It's the crotch and rubbed it, and she could come. Also, the doctor chick. She was another freak. She'd come by rubbing her legs together. So those kind of women are fun. You ain't got to work so hard to get her off. It's easy. Finger the clip, boom, they blow up. So once you learn to do that and control it, then your mouthpiece kicks in. Then you start talking to them on top of them. I use one position too. You know, in my youth, when I was married, I did all kind of weird positions because I was flexible. I studied dance, straight out straddle. And when I first started going with the one I just talked about, half Portuguese one, the other one, she was half Italian, half Irish. I dated those two girls openly, two Susans. They both had flexibility, so it was fun. But that shit got old. So I resort to just using just one position, fellas. Sometimes I'd let a girl on top and still do my stuff. Sometimes behind. You know, black guys, we love it behind. Just like to look at their butts. And when the flesh of the butt moves when you hit it, that's just sexy as fuck. And you put your hands on them hips. Or I like to go to the waist and see how it's small, their waist, how it flares out to womanly hips. See, I don't get dudes. Dudes got narrow hips and it's just a dude. You know, I don't get that attraction to dudes. When I love a woman's curves, you know, and especially on their knees, there's nothing like it in the world. I wish gay fucks could learn the beauty of a woman's body. But getting back on point, I learned to figure the clit. Even from that position, I'd reach around and grab the clit and then get the mouthpiece going. The MAC makeup girl, one time I was doing anal sex, she had 8 orgasms. 8. We counted them. Yeah, it was 8. Gotta check my memory, make sure. 5 or 8, god damn it. No, it was 8. Yeah. Anyway, you learn to, you know, get good. You gotta learn to get good with this shit. And the only way to get it, you know, you read my material, I'm gonna give you the what to do, but then it's up to you to practice what I teach you. Okay? If you guys would just do what I teach you, you'd have tremendous success. If you do exactly what I teach you, you'd have so much success in the game. I'm talking Nitro now. Nitro, you got to stop that negativity shit. Because I read your post or your post on my video blog, and you're going down again, man. Come back up. Fuck hot chicks. I've been there. They're not fun. Okay? I like cute. I always like cute better than some girl that's smoking hot. There's a lot of maintenance and shit. And plus, for me, I always break a female down. So the hotter they are, the more I got to break them down. Like the bodybuilder chick. She wasn't Miss Sacramento's most physically fitness. Everybody that came to train with me said, I want a button legs like blank. I'm gonna leave her nameless. Oh, her name was Susan. Like Susan. Because she was also an aerobic instructor, and people thought she was a dancer. She wasn't. She was just blessed. Italian and Irish. I guess that's good DNA. I don't know. But she had the brown bubble butt. She had the legs. I had to break her ass down. I destroyed her confidence. In fact, last time I talked to her on my Facebook, she mentioned, you know, my code word, birdhead. Used to call it birdhead. And then I would impersonate her when she got out of the car. She had on a mini skirt, and I would shuffle my skirt and, you know, impersonate her. I made fun of her to where, you know, I let her know, your shit ain't impressing me. Now, this is before I got on the internet. That's why these people that came out with these products and were like Breaker or truly like a bratty, what us players were doing out there. Okay, they copied us. Yeah, they really did go to the, you know, urban game and take it and bring it back. They watered it down and codified it and sold it to you guys. W Dating Dude made $20 million off simple stuff that black fellows were doing. So I'm kind of rambling here, but I'm giving you guys good content, because what I'm saying is basically when you have the confidence that you know that when you look at a girl, you can fuck her really well, and you also learn to broadcast your energy, push it outwards to fill a room. And I used to practice that. Those exercises I did where I practiced where I could expand my consciousness over my body, then over my building, over my city, over my country, over the world. That was the exercise I used to practice, pushing outwards. So I had a lot of experience with that. When I taught classes, I said, okay, I'm going to try to push my energy so I can become even more popular. And I always forget because I'm in the middle teaching, but I try to start with my classes with that concept. And I tried in the beginning, then I forget because I got so involved in the teaching process. But my classes got really famous. You had to call early during the day to reserve a spot. Yeah. So anyway, energy. There is an energy aspect to the game that I touch on a lot. There is energy in the game. Life is about energy. As I try to teach you fellas, everything in the universe is about energy. Energy is vibration. So your vibration, Night Shroud, you're vibrating lower right now again. And you got to pull it back up because your thoughts control your vibration. If you're thinking negative stuff, you're going to bring your vibration down. If you're thinking of all these hot chicks you're not going to have, you're going to drop your vibration down. And of course, you're going to get just that because your vibration's down here, hers up here. People who are down here, you smell like shit to the people who have it up here. And don't hate them because they're born pretty and handsome and tall and all that kind of stuff. Don't be like that Elliot Rodger guy, creepy and weird and fucked up in the head. He created that madness he lived in. Don't hate people because they were born tall and good looking. Okay? I felt that before. You know, like one time there was these mulattoes that came into the club and they all were over 6'3". Chicks were swarming all over them like flies on shit. Hey, that's their gift. I can't hate them for that. So don't hate, fellas, just because someone was born handsome and tall. You're 5'5". Because there's so many guys who are 5'5" that clean up in the game. You're just so close-minded, you can't see it. Whenever you see a guy your height with a girlfriend, that's a motherfucker that solved your problem that you can't solve. You're still stuck on. He went out and did it. But the internet attracts all the people who can't do it. And that's why I'm here, show you how to do it. Okay? As you know, my skills, I can teach you how to dance. As a trainer, I can show you how to build your body so you stand out. Joe can show you how to dress. I can show you the verbal game, the fuck game, the mind game. There's nobody else out there that can show you all that kind of shit in one package. So you're in the right place. All you got to do is apply what I say. You got to learn to listen. If I say don't go negative, Night Shroud. Okay? Stop thinking that stuff. The reason why you're thinking that stuff because you got too much time on your hands. If you were busy with your craft, playing the bass, recording yourself, send out samples of it, you'd be too busy to think this negative shit. The reason why you guys think negative shit because you got too much free goddamn time on your hands. That's it. Night Shroud should be out there sitting in, going to jam sessions. They still have those. I know what a jam session is. Remember, I played guitar. I did it like this because I used to play arpeggios. You know what those are, Night Shroud? Where you do a lot of finger picking. Anyway, and I loved arpeggios. The plucking the fingers and coming out with that kind of country, folkish kind of sound. Green sleeves. You got to get busy in your lives. Okay, many of you have to get off the fucking net. You got to give the shit up of watching my videos every day and all that kind of shit. Otherwise, you'll still be struggling out there. You'll never make it watching videos on YouTube. You got to get into the real world where you can start taking the tools I give you and start using them. You got weak confidence. Save up for my Confidence Kicker program. Okay, save up. Save every penny you can, but get through it. And I'm not going to give this stuff away because you have to earn it. When you earn it, you appreciate it. I've learned the hard way. When I give stuff, which I've done and I still do, like this show here, when I give away stuff, people don't appreciate it. You know how you are. In fact, I probably wouldn't appreciate stuff I got for free either. And actually, I do know that. There are people who give me programs, marketing programs, internet marketing stuff for free. You know, I get links, and you don't appreciate it. You don't even put the shit to use. So do what it takes to get there. Okay, you got to do what it takes. I wish the screensaver was working, but it's still not working again. I'd love to show you proof of my game, even when I'm not even in the game, but can't do it. This dating game is real, fellas. It's real. It really is a game. There are a lot of these weird internet people that say, I don't like it, it's a game. I'm sorry. Life is a game. You gotta learn to play it. If you don't learn to play it, Night Shroud, get out there and start playing it, you gotta sit there in your home looking at the people who are playing it. You think you're the only bass player that struggled out there? No. You could get out there and do this damn thing. You know, at least rise the level that my dad did. He had bands everywhere he went. Everywhere we went, because he was in the military, he'd form a band. Not bad for an accountant with a numbers mind. So you could do the same thing. And you're Caucasian, okay? You got a leg up. So get out there and use that shit, man. Get out there and handle your shit. Let me finish today's comments while I'm on this subject. He was talking about when I went off and this because it's he says it saddens me. It saddens me too to see you in a state that I feel haunted by. Knowing my basic looks won't get me a girl. Yeah, it does. And it did. Remember you had a girl that you attracted on POF. Don't forget these things. So what, she's not super hot. The thing to do is to find love, okay? For a lot of you guys, you're not made to be players. That's okay. But find love. That's the biggest thing, because every player's got to retire. And you can't stay in the game forever. So eventually you have to find somebody that loves you for you. And that's what it's going to be about for you. You know, players, you get to go out there and have fun, fuck a lot of girls, have a lot of fun, like me, and then get out. You get old. Nothing worse than an old player. Old dude up in the club. That's what I was becoming. So I'm glad I went to the old club and met an old broad named Jovina.
Hey.
Yeah. She actually wasn't that old.
I'm standing right
How old were you when I met you?
I was in my 40s already. Okay, I'm 53. Take 11 away from that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. She was in her early 40s. I was 44 when I met her. That's too old to be clubbing. Go out there.
I was 42, yeah.
Yeah. Go out there. I was turning 45 then. Go out there and have your fun, live your life, but make something of it. Okay? You got to get out there and start doing your art. Don't just talk about it. You're one of those talkers. I'm doing this. Become a doer. Grow your balls. Grow your masculinity. Get out there and move it. Make the world feel you playing the bass. You know, some of the great bass players, you live in Canada, America, we have some black ones. Bootsy Collins. Look him up. Bootsy Collins. Bootsy is my name. He was badass when I was in high school. So become like him. Confidence only gets you so far. Bullshit. You're falling back in that stuff. Jovina, for Night Shroud, how important is confidence?
That's the most important thing for anyone.
Why?
Because if you have the confidence, women see it. They feel it.
Why isn't confident man even important to you?
Because we don't want some guy who's like
scary.
Yeah, that looks like he's scared of his own shadow, and he has to appear like he knows what he's doing with himself, like he knows what he's about, like he can make a decision.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Decision, yeah. Yeah, people make decisions.
Like you can protect, you know.
There we go. Yes.
All of that is in the confidence.
You taking off?
I have to go get some groceries.
All right.
But I was going to let you finish because I got a question to ask you.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like she has a question. Is it important?
Oh, just what you wanted for dinner. Because I was thinking stir fry. If that's
fine. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
That's within the parameters of
Sticking the parameters.
Veggies. I'm only eats veggies, a little
Yeah,
bit
because
of
we have some
protein.
chicken in the freezer, so I'm taking it out and season it up. And
Oh yeah, the
we got to use
process. I normally buy rotisserie chicken fillets. Go to Sam's Club. They're only $4.98 for a big ass fat bird. I'm sure it's full of all the hormones. There's gonna be some nerd that, man, don't eat that. It's full of hormones. Study this.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Google's the worst thing that ever happened to nerds.
I'm gonna season
And
that
then
chicken and
Okay.
and cook that.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so hey, I got a woman that takes care of me. That cooks. She comes home every day at lunch, cooked by lunch, as you guys have seen. So I will take care of it. It's sadness I feel
I'll
haunts
be
today.
back in a bit.
All right. Confidence. I hate when guys say it'll get so far. You just heard from Jovina. It's actually everything in the game. That's why you see these ugly See, nice right. You spend too much time in your room. You need to get out there in the world. I've been to the club, seen these ugly motherfuckers. I've seen ugly pimps. I've shown you ugly pimps, fat pimps, skinny little tiny pimps. These guys got the confidence of Empire State Building's worth. They could take a female and give her to sell her ass on the streets and bring him all the fucking money. That's some mental shit right there. And there are white pimps too, buddy. They could do the same thing. What's the difference between you and them? It's what you done put in your head, brother. You done filled your head with all this bullshit because you're trapped in your false reality, because this is a false reality you're living in. It's about what I can do for them. This is where my old MGTOW days show up. Get rid of them. Part of that is true, though. Jody said, can you protect her? Have you studied some fighting arts so you at least protect yourself and your woman? These are things you could be doing right now. Like this fellow on my site, he's 5'3", named Nate. And Nate, you know who I'm talking to. I gave him a coaching session 2 years ago. I told him what to do. He wanted to become a trainer. Trainer will give you confidence like a motherfucker. You work with women and you're showing them how to build their bodies. You learn the ins and outs of women. And they also, often fall in love with you, no matter what height you are. I told him to study salsa. Okay, it's actually been 3 years. Nothing's happened. He just now asked Aries, who's on this channel also, because Aries 2 years ago went out and did it. He's now an expert at it and getting laid. He went out and did the damn thing. Some people don't do, some people do. The ones who do, they come up in the world. So you got to learn to start coming up. So you got to stop all this negative shit, all this word shit you're doing, and get your ass out there and start doing this shit. And I don't mean dating. Do what you love and all the rest of it will come. They say do what you love, the money will come, but also the females will come. Because pretty soon, if you start doing jam sessions, sitting with people playing your bass, learning to work with other musicians, that's the part that always eluded me. I learned the bad way. I learned to note read, the European way. The black way is those fellows figure the shit out by ear, at least when I was coming up. Now her cat shows up. All right, shithead. That sound that you hear, that's the alarm. I'll have to go and feed him now. He's seen a little motherfucker in a day. Anyway, you've got to get used to doing. He says, I don't hate women. They're just following their biological program. Yes, they are. Don't hate them. They're programmed. She's programmed to go for a confident male. Women don't want a weak man. Can you guys understand it's their biological right not to date weak men? Come on. You have to carry the burden, the blame on yourself for the condition of your life. If your life is shit on the outside, because you got shit going on inside, as I've said many times before. So it is below, so it is above. If you got shit going on, then of course your life's gonna be shitty outside. Okay? Recognize it's your responsibility to grow up, to man up, and to fix your shit. Start saying good stuff to yourself. Go sit in jam sessions, Night Shroud, till you get your skills down. Right now, you can probably note read like I was and play the bass, but can you sit in with other musicians? That means you got to develop some real skill. Either you're gonna have to give it up or go forward with it. But sitting there doing nothing is not going to get you anywhere. He also says they often use movies and television to rehearse what some conspiracy people consider to be what later on happens. This is on Hollywood. Yeah. I looked at it on the TV shows, and I can't watch TV anymore, fellas, because I see the game behind it. It's hard. But there are some shows I watch. I do like, even though he's kind of feminine, Lucifer. I like that show a lot. Not sure why, but I've been enjoying it. Some shows I just drop for no reason. And I'm trying to catch up like on Supernatural. I've been a fan since the beginning. Let's see what else. Blind Spot, I lost touch with that. I finally downloaded all the episodes. I'm going to catch up on that one. There's one called Limitless. I watched a few of the shows, and I lost touch with it, so I just recently also downloaded those. Those are for my summertime. Summertime TV kind of sucks. Some shows I'll stop watching because of the racial issues. As you know, Hollywood, there are a certain group of people in Hollywood. They control Hollywood. And they always want to make sure, with my race, we take a subordinate role. I don't like that. Can we just be equal? No, we can't. And it's stupid for me to ask that question. It's immature of me. Of course not. So they're going to always put, black guys, a lot of times put black guys in subordinate roles. And the European guy will always have the dominant role. He'll be the sexy one. They don't want black dudes looking better than the European role dude. And that gets old for me for a while sometimes, so I stopped watching some TV shows. Like with Supernatural, it's two white guys. What's hate on that? I love their show. But they've been going too long. It's almost time for the series to die. Abdul Dumbai. It's basically men versus men with no color involved. I asked the question, what if? Okay, what if white folks found a way to make their pineal gland work and start producing melanin, that's EU melanin, which gives dark people their dark skin. And I've seen the result of that. There was a guy that he turned his skin, dermatologist, he turned his skin black, and he went to the South. And he lasted 2 fucking days. True story, 2 days in black skin. So when that woman, Jane, I can't remember her last name, she has the blue-eyed, brown-eyed experiment. Look it up, fellas. Blue-eyed, brown-eyed experiment. Very important. She's been doing this shit since the 60s. She went to England, did the same experiment. She asked an all-white audience, would you trade places with black folks? Nobody stood up. So basically, when I asked this question, none of you guys want to be black. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's a hard walk to walk. That dude lasted 2 fucking days and saw, how he's treated in the South. I'm not even going to the South here in the States. I'm gonna speed through or fly over it. And someone's gonna write me, don't. It's not that bad, don't. Please don't. It's basically men versus men, no color involved. I mean, would normal blacks be jealous of white people who turn black having the straight hair? What if they do the reverse too? Make our pineal glands freeze up and shut down, stop producing melanin, and your skin turn pale. How would you feel? Would you sign up for that? my question to the white folks: would you sign up for the black treatment? You know, so you turn your skin black, make your pineal gland work. Because I've seen these videos of there's some white guy, I can't remember his name. Shit, Hancock. Nah, I'm sorry, Hancock's full of shit. If he's telling you guys, you know, about your pineal gland, he's full of shit. Do your research on the pineal gland in European descent folks, because the last ice age, your shit's fucked. It's frozen up, calcified, but it does produce something called DHT, I think it is. It's like a crystal that you can, like a drug. It's a drug. You can smoke it, I don't know, inject it or something like that, and you get this spiritual high. You have the spiritual, these visions and stuff. I guess it's better than peyote, which is Native American, southwestern Native American drug made from a mushroom or a plant. I don't recall. I read Don Quixote in high school. It went over my head. In case some of you guys know that book is that book. Anyway, would we still have self-hate, or would racism gradually start to decline? They'll always find a way to have something over the certain group of people that control the planet, dominant society, always will find a way to be the dominant ones. Okay? Because well, we have, like I said, we have straight hair, blue eyes. It'll be that. It'll always be something. So what we have to focus on as African descent folks is raising ourselves up. Don't give a damn what they do. Okay? Let them be them. And we got to learn to become ourselves. Grand Ambrose says to him, I'm of the belief that we'll always find some different to fight over, whether it be skin color, height, hair texture, belief, so exactly. Mankind will always find something to fight over. Religion, whatever it is. Whatever immature, because mankind is very immature. We're in the child state. We're like children out there in the world. Like a child. Night Shroud. Lots of freaks have a bunch of tattoos in the wild style. These women usually don't like nerds and geeks. That's okay. There are women that like nerds and geeks. Like you're into Night Shroud golf. Go get a golf chick. So if she's chubby, you have someone that'll love you, that you go on picnics with. That you go. It's Saturday morning. Actually, it's going to noon, but you could have a chick you could have went to breakfast with. Her paying, of course. You know, take you out to breakfast. Have some pancakes. You guys eat pancakes in Canada? You guys produce a large amount of maple syrup, so you got to be eating something, right? Is the oak leaf or is the maple leaf? That's the tree for Canada. I can't recall. Somebody will remind me. Thank you in advance. You guys love that shit. Teacher, I know. Can't let it go, huh? Anyways, if it's the maple leaf, that's maple syrup. You could have had coffee and some. This is my own fantasy because I haven't had pancakes in a long time. Some pancakes with syrup. I'm salivating. And butter. I always take my pancakes, I learned from my father, cut. So they're even. I'm anal about it. I'm fanatical about it. I can't just take a fork and slice down on some pancakes. Next wife does that. I hate that shit. You destroy pancakes. Make sure you guys fucking cut your pancakes up. Make them even, you know? So you have smaller bites so you can enjoy it more. And my pancakes are swimming in syrup. Not pancakes unless you have a lot of syrup. I hate people put a little bit of syrup off the side and they dab a little. The fuck out of it. That sissy shit out of here. Be a fucking lumberjack. Butter, syrup. But you could have had that, Night Shroud. Some eggs, some bacon and sausages. And sometimes home fried potatoes with some ketchup all over the top of that shit. And chow the fuck down like a man. This woman's body is A grade. Yes. Under my freaks video, check it out. This body is slamming, banging. if I ever got my hands on that shit. She is currently getting by on her looks. Exactly. Eventually, those looks will fade while men's looks go up. It's real unfortunate, but if a woman has looks, she doesn't need to be smart. Yeah. And she'll get attention of rich guys and bad boys. Yes. I like the red hair girl, but she wouldn't go for me unless. Stop being negative. I was rich and famous. You're absorbing MGTOW again. Have you been going to their site again? Stop that, man. Those people are not good for you. They're negative. Some guys look up, but most women don't like me because I'm not tall. You're doing MGTOW. Again, you actually have a good height. You're not 5 feet tall. Okay? Well, to be honest, Supreme, since I'm here learning from you, I'm not a cool guy. I already knew that. Duh. I'm thinking I am, but in reality, to girls like this, nope. Let me assure you that you're not a cool guy. But I bet you when you slam that bass, the coolness comes out. Okay? You may not be a cool dude when you walk down the streets, but you have something cool that you do. Revel in that and pull it into you. Musicians are an odd group of people, fellas. My dad was one. I've been around musicians my entire fucking life. I'm glad I didn't become one. I sucked at it. But they are a weird group of people. They can be left brain and right brain. It doesn't matter. But their energy, everything about them is just different. They're out there. It's frustrating after you take the red pill, you see the harsh reality of the world. I took the red pill, Night Trout, and I fixed myself, okay? Sure, I'm almost 6'1". I figured out what worked. Remember I talked about I had the hair here, the peninsula, the yarmulke hole back here? That's how I was going in the game. And I realized, you know what? Fuck that. I need to do something better that makes me look tougher. I look like I was young. I was in my 20s. People said I looked like I was in my 40s. Shaved it off, the youth came back. I grew a goatee. I put in double earrings. I did stuff consciously, deliberately, to make myself something that was marketable. We got to think like a business and market ourselves. We can't think like dudes. Because remember, dudes are stupid. Dudes go all over YouTube. They float around. They make stupid comments. They do stupid things. Like when I tell you guys put up online profile, dudes will put up a few words. Because they think dude stuff. Dude thoughts are stupid. Chicks don't read your profiles. And I've proven that they do. So don't be a dude. GH, are you doing good in the game? Question mark, he says to Nitro. Frank Rubin. Nitro, see? People try to help you here. That's what I want this channel to be about. Just like my forum. We try to help each other in the forum. You guys need to be inside the schoolhouse instead of out on the side. Get $5 a month, goddammit. That's all it fucking is. $5 You guys who smoke? How many times you pay $5 a week, if not more, for a fucking pack of smokes? Come on inside. But this is second best. Some dudes fight with dudes, but hey, their intent is to help, as GH is learning. Frank says, I see girls like that, red hair all the time. She had this fake dyed red hair. No man with wealth is putting any effort into scoring that. At best, she gets a decent meal out of it, but more likely pumped and dumped. Thank you. You seem like a decent person. A woman like that would just bring bad energy into your life. That type with the redhead, she is more demure, I think, more low-key about her game. Not as eccentric as the one with the tattoos, the one with the anchor on her lower stomach pointing to the pussy. The conversation goes on with Night Shroud and everyone else. He said, thanks. I'm just a regular guy these days, still dressed in black, but yeah, I'm a normal guy that's a bit bummed out right now. You know what I mean? And GH, no, I'm not. I don't live in a big place. Nitrot lives in a small West Coast Canada. Canada has what, 50 people live up there? So what? One person lives in this town? That's how small the population is up there. Nobody wants to live in fucking Canada. It's cold as fuck during the wintertime. No offense against your country, 50 people up there in Canada, man, and you're one of them blinking in the dark, sitting around a fire. Actually, I do follow a guy named Justin Credible. He's on your side of the country. They're Nitrous, so I see the cities. I've been to Vancouver. I took some of the guys from my forum out, helped Moxie connect with a chick on the dance floor. I got approached by a native Canadian chick sitting at the bar while Jovina was over there dancing. So I've been to Canada. I also stayed in a bed and breakfast, which I would never do again. Doesn't work for me. I like motels, or hotels, in other words. So I'm gonna close the show out today because I've been talking for a long fucking time, which I can do. I got a big mouth. The end point is you got to fix yourselves, fellas. Be aware of your energy, how you're coming off to others. If you come off to others as awkward, you get none. Awkward is creepy. Okay? Creepy. So fix yourself. You fix yourself by your thoughts that you give to yourself, that you put inside your head. All right? You guys have a good day. Then we'll go to the gym, do the cycle again. I'm on a mission now.